Hi, this is Charlene. Charlene, do you mind if we show this video to other people, like on social media and our website? Is that okay?
It's absolutely okay.
Okay, thank you, Charlene. Charlene, you have quite a story to tell, and I would like for you to tell me and the audience what was going on that motivated you to seek help here at Clear Mind, Idaho.
Approximately a year ago, I received a diagnosis that I suffer from PTSD, which explains so much about my journey and my seeking what was wrong. I've never received that diagnosis before, and yet that was the first thing on my business card to help people. and I was going through some health trauma, and as I began to soar physically, I noticed that I was not functioning mentally as I wanted to create my web page, to run a business as a professional woman. I was unable to fulfill those tasks, and it's the first time in my life that I've not been able to function. My relating with my husband wasn't as good as it could be. I was declining, it felt like. And there was a little trauma that happened in November of 2023, and I didn't know what to do, and my spirit directed me to Dr. John Harmon and Clear Mind, Idaho. My husband agreed to do this protocol with me, so we came together and we had a complimentary evaluation by Dr. Harmon. And through that thorough evaluation in person, I was convinced that this was the dot on the I, the cross on the T that I have been looking for after trying multiple protocols that were wonderful. They were stepping stones to bring me here. And everything's a learning. And so I appreciate all those other protocols as well. But this protocol, my webpage is now created. I'm back in business. My husband and I are having the time of our lives. Things are clicking. We went on a trip recently that I would have preferred to crawl into a hole rather than go on this trip. And because of the whole brain function that we're doing now, as our brains are practicing coming online, if you
That's
will.
a good way of putting it. Yeah.
And we're defragging our hard drives, and so we're functioning better. And we went on this trip. We had nothing but magic, I will say, when there was power outages and frozen homes and flooding and everything. We were rather clueless to all this because we were having such a good time on this trip. And I just can't stop passing out those trifolds because
From Clear Mind?
From Clear Mind, Idaho, and the staff here, the compassion, the intuitive muscle testing, which to me is fine-tuning the treatments, it has been phenomenal, and this truly has changed our lives. Thank you.
Wow, Charlene, that's actually very touching to me and meaningful to know that we've had that kind of an effect on your life, your marriage, and getting to that point where you don't feel hampered by that PTSD.
Exactly. It's like my brain is getting used to, because this trauma happened when I was 2 weeks old, earlier than that. And I've carried this my whole life, seeking freedom from whatever this bondage was inside me. Because I'm big energy and I love it. And yet there was all this restriction and fear.
Would you feel comfortable telling what that was?
Well, I discovered in my discovery, right before my brother passed, we were having a discussion about my 2-week-old period when I was removed from the home. And someone had me realize that you don't just get removed from the home. There was something that happened for that to happen. I was told that I came in with too much light, mom couldn't handle it, etc. In my brother's dementia, he mentioned that he came to visit me every day because they wouldn't let mom near me. Now, that shocking statement told me that there must have been some trauma to this little infant's head or something for them to feel that for her safety she needed to be removed.
And away from her mother.
And away from her
Wow.
mother. And so that conversation with my brother it brought all the dots together and everything went click. And so once I had that understanding, for some reason, that allowed the healing to really sink in. I could give her the nourishing mothering that she didn't receive at that time, and she felt lost. And so I'm the parent. I'm in control, and I'm showing her that we're not back there anymore. We don't need to look at her over our shoulder anymore. Nothing's going to hurt us ever again.
I love that.
That's empowering.
That's very empowering.
And so, yeah.
See, you are an empowered participant and basically leader, leaving all that stuff behind.
Absolutely.
And then the treatments that we do here facilitated the re-regulation of the brain that was out of balance, and now it can be complete rather than consciously or subconsciously trying to heal that part. The brain is still dysregulated.
Exactly.
And so now that's where we come in and intervene and give you that part of it back.
What I'm experiencing also is, through these years, we're doing affirmations, we're doing hypnotherapy, we're doing all these things that I'm still using today. However, they're so much more effective because the brain is getting regulated. And I would say that my head and heart coherence, which is the most important thing in my world, is right on, spot on. And that's why our trip was so phenomenal, because Michael's doing it too. And he's experiencing the magic too.
Would those things previously have caused a lot of anxiety or confrontation?
Oh yes, a lot of angst. We would have both been in that polarity, the masculine polarity. And so we would have been bouncing off each other instead of flowing with each other.
That's incredible.
So yeah, it was easy for me to be in my female energy. I didn't have to, my PTSD was non-existent. I was thoroughly enjoying this trip, trying to figure out why people were having such a hard time. And it's like, wow, this is really cool. And we just thoroughly enjoyed this trip.
I remember you telling me that when you came back. And now I'm getting the full story. That's awesome. Wow, Charlene, what a journey you've been on. And I'm honored to be a participant and to have created space for the rest of you to kind of catch up.
Yes.
And for the brain to catch up with the rest of this work that you've been doing to try to heal from that.
Yeah, the gray matter needed some, it needed that, whatever we're doing here, it needed it. The microcurrent biofeedback, I do believe it is. Neurofeedback. And I just know whatever you're doing here is magic.
Thank you.
And I believe that everyone has some sort of PTSD, whether it's a marble getting taken in kindergarten,
right,
or whatever,
right.
we put on that thing. And so it's nice to know that you're here and providing this. And
thank you, Charlene. Thank you for sharing. It's not an easy thing to do, to share those things, and I can tell that you have processed a lot of the emotion, and you're talking about it from a little bit more from a distance rather than something that's still affecting you.
Yeah, my eyes are open.
Yeah. There you go.
So yay.
That's right. I just want to say, when I first met Charlene, when she would speak, her eyes would be closed, and that has to do with her. In the QEEG world, we do a QEEG with eyes open and then one with eyes closed, and her brain functioned better when she didn't see what she was going on with her eyes closed. So now she doesn't talk with her eyes closed anymore.
Wahoo!
Yeah. Thank you so much, Charlene. I know you're going to reach a lot of people.
Thank
Who
you
have similar
too,
things.
Dr. Harmon.
You're welcome.
You guys rock.
Thank you.